Hey, 863rd, Chaplain Beier here. Just want to give you a word of encouragement about living a faithful life, living a worthy life. In the scriptures of the New Testament, there is a passage in Hebrews chapter 11, which is often called the Hall of Faith. It's really a hall of fame of actually many people who are in the military of ancient Israel. It's like a military roll call in verses 32 through 40. And it's like standing at the Arlington National Cemetery, looking over those tombs, row after row of the faithful dead who lived a worthy life, and their lives still teach us and speak to us today. That's the sense I get, and I hope that you'll get that when we read this now. Hebrews 11:32 says, "And what more shall I say? For time would fail me to tell of Gideon, Barak, Samson, Jephthah, of David and Samuel and the prophets." Now, you can read all those stories in the Hebrew scriptures of the Old Testament, but here's the summary of what their lives collectively meant, the impact of their faithful lives. Verse 33, "Who through faith conquered kingdoms, enforced justice, obtained promises, stopped the mouths of lions, quenched the power of fire, escaped the edge of the sword, were made strong out of weakness, became mighty in war, put foreign armies to flight. Women received back their dead by resurrection. Some were tortured, refusing to accept release so that they might rise again to a better life. Others suffered mocking and flogging, and even chains and imprisonment. They were stoned. They were sawn in two. They were killed with the sword. They went about in skins of sheep and goats, destitute, afflicted, mistreated, of whom the world was not worthy, wandering around in deserts and mountains and in dens and caves of the earth." Wow, doesn't that stir your soul? And then it finishes up by saying, verse 39 and 40, "All of these, though commended through their faith, did not receive what was promised, since God had provided something better for us, that apart from us, they should not be made perfect." Let me extract three principles to share with you and hope to encourage you today to live a faithful and worthy life. First, I see here in verse 38, kind of the title or the theme over the text is that those of whom this world was not worthy are the types of people we're examining right now. This world would never satisfy them. They worked hard and they lived faithful lives, but they knew that their effort was something greater than this world could even contain or reward. And so we must see that we will settle for nothing less than our fullest potential and promise. And even that is something that this world in its current form and state cannot give us. So we work through faith, knowing that results are not immediate and they're not necessarily what we imagine them to be. And it's not done something just as an individual, but in the collective group of the gift of the people that have been placed in our lives. And so let me just look at each of those in turn. Faith results are not immediate. We work and we wait. That's the key. We work, we're faithful, and we wait for the results. We can't always control when they happen or exactly how they happen, but I'm responsible, and so are you, for being faithful. We're not responsible for the failure of other people's. We're not responsible for the fallout of forces that are beyond our control. Work in such a way and live in such a way that your conscience is clean. You give a noble effort. You repair what you've done that's wrong. And keep working despite your own failures. Pick yourself up and keep working again despite your limitations, knowing that you can still do the best you can do. Keep working despite the problems that other people might cause you, or even the brokenness in the institutions in which we serve, or the systems in our country and in our world. Faith results are not immediate. They're not all in your direct control, but do what you can to live a worthy life. Secondly, faith is not limited by our own imagination. See that in verse 39, that these people didn't receive what they were promised in the way that they thought it would come. Their own imagination was limited, but the results were much bigger and better than they could imagine. You never know how your faith and faithfulness will result in someone else being helped who's hurting. Your example might inspire someone who's discouraged. You might one day be totally shocked and surprised to see the dividends that have been earned by all your efforts, and they go beyond your dreams and imagination. And then finally, faith is a collective effort of many individuals. Verse 40 said that only together these ancient heroes, these military men of valor, did they see only with the group and the collective how their results finally would be paid off. It reminds me of the movie Saving Private Ryan, when there's a team sent overseas to rescue Private Ryan, whose two brothers have been killed in the war. I'm sure most of you have seen the movie, so if you haven't, please forgive this illustration, but at the end of the movie, the character played by Tom Hanks whispers into the ear of Private Ryan, "Earn this. Earn the sacrifice that we're making." As he literally was dying on a bridge, he said, "Earn this. We've done this for you to save your life." And at the end of the movie, an old Private Ryan is standing at the tombs of his friends who gave so much. They gave their lives. They gave that ultimate sacrifice for him so that he could live. And he says, every day I think about what you said to me that day on the bridge. I tried to live my life the best I could. I hope that was enough. I hope that at least in your eyes, I've earned what all of you have done for me. Brothers and sisters, so much has been done for us. So many undeserved gifts from God and other people. We can't earn it. It's already a gift given to us simply by grace, but we can live up to those gifts. We can make the most of them. We can steward them with our best effort. We must live a worthy life because of so much that's been done for us. We stand on the shoulders of giants, so stand tall. Don't slouch. Live a life that is worthy, a faithful life that lives up to the priceless gift of life itself that you've been given in the first place. And a life of faith will settle for nothing less than our fullest potential and our fullest promise. Live a life that this world is not worthy of.